So when I had a full psych evaluation, I think it was 2013 or maybe 2014. I can't remember which one. My official diagnosis was in order. It was clinical depression, anxiety disorder, panic disorder, ADD. And they said I experienced bouts of mania, but they weren't high and extreme enough to classify me as bipolar. And I'm an alcoholic, so that was in there too. Funny how they pegged that one with. I was trying to hide it. Anyway, so that was my official diagnosis, and I understand that nobody perfectly fits one diagnosis. That's part of the system is more of like a framework to work around. Gives you an idea of where things are, and a lot of different diagnoses have overlapping symptoms. So there's a lot of times that one thing is related to another. Like how many disorders have depression as one of the symptoms? So I've just been kind of functioning off of how that was. I've been really re-examining, and I think I'd like to get the professional opinion a little bit from my psychiatrist, and from talking to my therapist a little bit about it. But I actually think that I fit into the bipolar category a little more than originally thought. Now, I think the reason for that is, like, for one, I was in a different place in life. Had a lot of other things going on. I was drinking real heavy, so all these things can kind of like fuck up your what your diagnosis is, because it kind of clouds and masks the real issues. But the thing is, like, since I got sober and since I've been trying to really take care of my mental health and learn as much as I can in order to be on top of that, I've been finding that I have way more mood swings than I thought I did. I wouldn't say constant, but they're very often. Like, sometimes I'll cycle between like just despondent depression and kind of giddiness in the same day. And it's just it's crazy. When I think like that kind of stuff, sometimes it's out of my control, and I'm trying, but I can't pull it together. And of course, my depressive cycles are heavier, and they last longer. But I realize the back and forth is you're not people aren't supposed to experience extreme highs and lows that often. Like, it's you're supposed to be a little more level. Yeah, highs and lows, it ebbs and wanes or whatever, or waxes and wanes, ebbs and flows. You know what I mean. You know what the fuck I mean. But you're supposed to experience that to a degree, but not to the extremes that I do. So I want to get see, and this should have been the thing that really tipped me off that I probably am, is the fact that lithium has been on the table as an option for meds for like 5 years. So that's been there for years. Like, hey, you could go on lithium, and every time I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, God, crazy people take that. And it's funny because even for how understanding and accepting of things I am now, I've still been holding on to this stigma about lithium, because I mean, shit, like it's got like a stigma. But I also talked to my therapist, and he said it's like the single most effective thing for the majority of mood disorders, especially bipolar. It has 60 years of like proof that it works. I mean, it's a little. You got to be a little more attentive to your dosage, because you could actually, it could be really bad if you don't do that. But at the same time, it's really effective when done properly. And it's been on the table for me. And the fact is, like, I've gone through so many antidepressants. I've taken some mood stabilizers. I took Risperdal. But right now I'm on 225 milligrams of Effexor, and I'm on 150 milligrams of Wellbutrin, and like that shit isn't doing it. I'm still like just coming out of like a fucking 2-month awful depression. And it's like, that shouldn't be happening. You know, and so, I mean, I have an appointment with my psychiatrist next week, and I'm actually going to talk to him. I think I'm going to ask him to put me on lithium. Because, you know, I can't keep living like this. It's like, I know I'm doing my best, but with how heavy this last bout of depression was, I can't keep doing that. And, like, you know, I'm maxed out on Effexor. They usually max it out at 220, and after that, it's like, it's not doing anything. So I'm at 225, and then I'm at 150 of the Wellbutrin, and it's like, that helped for a little bit, and then that went away. You know, I just can't keep going at that pace. I need something different. And, you know, obviously antidepressants aren't enough. So I'm going to see about, you know, moving over to the lithium. I don't know how he's going to approach that. I don't know enough about it, but, you know, it's a big step for me to say that I'm willing to go on lithium. That's a really fucking big step. And I think let's hope it does good. But the thing is, I'm open. You know, I'm open to options to help me. And that's the important thing. You know, you should always be open to options if you're dealing with things like this. You got to understand that it's also, it's kind of an experiment to figure out what you need and how much you need of it. It's not fast, it's not easy, and sometimes it really, really sucks. But the option of not taking meds is not in the books for me. I did it for a long time, and it was bad. I'll tell you. And then everybody's saying, oh, well, you know, you got to eat healthier and exercise. In 2011, I ate really healthy. I weighed 50 pounds less than I do now. I ran 3 miles a day, and I would do things like run 3 miles and then cry for 20 minutes. Like, it didn't make any fucking sense. I would, like, have breakdowns, like, throughout the day. Didn't make fucking sense. I was doing everything I could, so maintaining a positive attitude, and then I'd, like, fucking cry my eyes out. It didn't make sense. So, you know, I'm open, and I need the medicine, and I'm open to trying something new. So just don't be afraid to, you know, try some different treatment if what you're doing isn't working. If what you're doing isn't working, that doesn't mean nothing's going to work. You know, I've had things work better than others, but this, you know, it just hasn't been enough. So I'm going to change it up again. Don't be afraid to do that. You got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of your mental health. You know, it's more important. What else can you do if you're not taking care of this up here? So, thanks for listening. If this is helpful to you, please pass it on to somebody that you think might need it. I love you guys. Thank you.